So, hello everyone. I'm Ignas, as you presented. Last year I finished JBG high school, and I'm really glad I did that. And I want to tell a story about myself, about what I was and what I reached. To be more specific, last year what I reached. And when I was a young kid, I was really active. I was really uh, sporty kid, and I used to go to swimming. I was invited to national Lithuanian junior team, and I was 13 at the moment, and suddenly I got sick. Sick, not just a simple disease, but an oncological disease. And I got sick in the first year of high school. So my high school was half of the time in the hospital and half of the time in the classes. And part of the time I was learning alone in the JBG museum. I was sitting alone, and I really wanted to communicate with someone. And then 3 years ago, I was having second blood transplantology. For you who don't know what it is the procedure when your all immune system is killed, and you get a blood donor from another person. And now my DNA is my brother's. So it is a procedure which is not guaranteed that it will work. And I was having this procedure for second time. So I was really anxious to do it. I was really nervous to do it. And when I was in that hospital, as I mentioned, it's really hard mentally and physically. I was speaking with my psychologist, and and also during that procedure, nobody can come to you and visit you because your immune system is really low and you can get disease instantly. So I was locked in one room for 1 month or a bit more, for 50 days. And I was talking with my psychologist, and she asked me, what is your dream country? Because I told her that I really like to travel. I used to travel with my parents. I used to do sports, and I talked with her about hitchhiking. How one person told me that they had friends which hitchhiked, and they took 50 euros to do it, and it was the best thing that they did that summer. As I was really fascinated about that, and when she asked me, "What is your dream country?" I didn't have one because all countries are wonderful in their own way. For example, after this trip, Lithuania is the most beautiful country that I visited. And when she asked me that question, I thought, I don't have a dream country. I only want to get as far away from that hospital. At the moment, I had only ID card, which allowed me to travel anywhere in Europe. And Portugal was the furthest country in Europe from Lithuania, and it's also southwest country. And Portugal also has one more thing, an ocean. And being in hospital in one room, it's really claustrophobical. It's really scary to be there. And I dreamt about one feeling, how it would feel to stand by the edge of the continent and know that there's nothing in front of you for thousands of kilometers. That idea stuck into my head for 2 years. It helped me to go out of the hospital. 2 years ago, I was 17 and I got out of the hospital. Then I was 17. It's 2 summers ago. In 2017, and I pursued my parents to let me hitchhike to try this trip, but I was too young to do that. They allowed me to do hitchhiking in Baltics, so I did. I did hitchhiking in Lithuania and in Latvia just to try how does it feel. Is it hard to do that? Last year, on August 2018, my dream travel started. And before the travel, a guy texted me and he asked, "Are you still searching for someone to hitchhike?" His name is Domantas, and I said, "Yes, of course, I'm searching for someone to hitchhike with." But there are three main things that you need to know when you will be hitchhiking with me. First one is that I'm going to Portugal, nowhere closer than that. And if you want to hitchhike somewhere like Germany, you can hitchhike with me, but I'm gonna leave you because my destination is Portugal. And then second thing is that I'm going to take only 50 euros to make this trip more adventurous and way more interesting, and to push myself out of the comfort zone every day to try asking people for the money, for the food, or shelter, or for the transportation. And third thing is be brave. Know that we're gonna sleep anywhere where it will take. Either it's in the gas station, either it's in hammocks, or at someone's house. Also, we used couch surfing. So the trip started, and this is how I imagined the trip that it's gonna be. It's gonna be fun, and let's see. And I lost my phone. Uh, actually, not I didn't lost my phone, but I left my phone charging in that car. So, what I want to say that day, it was in the morning, the second car that I catched, and my phone was out of the battery, and I needed to charge it somehow. So I charged it in the car. I asked them, "Can I do that?" And when they left us in the gas station, then I only realized that I left my phone. I needed it. I need to contact with my relatives. I needed to for emergency. My plans for that day changed completely. Overall, my destination was Portugal, but that day my destination was to find my phone. And every day our destination would change. Like we would get a car, it would go to the another direction. We will still go to that direction where they would offer. Of course, not to completely different side. We would just be bouncing around, and we that day we separated with Domantas. We started hitchhiking alone, which was also new experience for me. It was not scary. Not scary that day to hitchhike alone because I had destination and I had purpose to find my phone. I really needed. So overall, when I was hitchhiking into Portugal, it's for someone hitchhiking should be scary because anyone can stop and rob you or take you into the woods and kill you. So, but when you have a destination which you really want to reach, nothing is scary. Also, not only when you're hitchhiking, when you're reaching, you want to go to university, you want to uh, do a TED talk, you're gonna do anything that it will takes to do it. So I got my phone back. I hitchhiked alone till the Portugal. We met again with Domantas, and during hitchhiking alone, I met really different people because when you're hitchhiking alone, not two of those, many things can happen. For example, there was a video where some kind of creepy guy was showing like this, and you saw a side of his face. So one day I was hitchhiking, and it was really bad day to hitchhike in Spain because nobody would stop, and I went to the smaller road where drivers would go for a few kilometers, and I saw the car stopped, and I see a man without a shirt. I thought it's okay, you can go, and thanks God he stopped. Then I opened the door. I see that he does not have any clothes whatsoever. But I thought, I'm a man, I'm looking forward. I don't care if he was close or not, I just need a ride. And also, he was speaking Spanish, and what I understood of those Spanish words were playa, nude, hombre, mucho sexo. Then I got confused, especially when he turned away from the main road into the beach. And then we drove on the mountain where the road would go down to the beach. And then I immediately learned Spanish. Yeah. So he released me. He drove back me on the road. I said thank you, and these kind of things would happen. Not these creepy ones, but also interesting ones. When you meet a guy which used to hitchhike before, and he said, "Why are you making a sign which says like next town, which is 100 kilometers away? If you hitchhiking to Portugal, make a Portugal sign. If you're aiming big, aim big." Then I made a Portugal sign, and from then it was completely going to Portugal. And of course, he said make a joke sign about Australia because people would laugh and they would stop. When we were in Portugal, and there were 50 kilometers left, we started walking because nobody would stop in Portugal, and we wanted to make those last kilometers more interesting and more rememberable. So we walked, and I thought about destination. I thought how I felt 4 years ago when I had this dream to do it. And this dream encouraged me to go to overcome all those obstacles, all those hospital bad memories, everything. And we just walked and finished it. Now I have to make another destination to reach it. And there's last video how we finished our hitchhiking trip. And I hope you have your destination, your goal, and I hope you will reach it.